right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stream this evening. We have the second half of this doubleheader. Both these teams actually got to play 2 matches here tonight. We have Team Skyarch up against Roll1 Esports, and joining me this evening is going to be no other than Mr. Jayzon himself. How you doing, man?
Mr. Jayzon's a little formal. You can just call me Jayzon. But thank you very much for having me on here. They're doing the little dozy do. We had you on last week onto my stream, and so cool to be over here. I'm a big fan of your casting and everything that's been going on your channel. You've been covering a lot of these matches, and big fan of these 2 teams as well. So I'm looking forward to having the best seat in the house tonight.
Oh yeah, I've actually now had the opportunity to cast each of these teams once. I did Skyarch earlier today, and I casted Roll1 Esports during week 1. So this is a second chance for these teams to step up on my stream and show what they got for the Twitch community out there watching. We have a few viewers out there so far. Looks like teams are ready, and let's get into a draft, man.
Yeah, I'm into it for sure. And you mentioned bouncing back. This is an opportunity for Skyarch to bounce back after a rough matchup earlier in the night, where they lost to first pick Nova 2-0. So gonna test the mettle of this team to see if they can bounce back. Roll1 just coming off of a series where they defeated Systematic 2-0. So they're gonna be looking to keep on rolling with their win percentage tonight. And,
yeah,
we'll see how Skyarch can we'll see if they have that mental fortitude to bounce back in the series.
I know these guys, they love playing fun comps, having a good time in competitive matches. We'll see if they're and we have a cat on stream. Welcome. Tell us the cat's name.
The cat's name is Ysera.
Oh yeah, that's a WoW reference.
WoW lorers know as Alex Strauss' sister.
Oh yeah. Also a pretty mean 10 drop. Is it 10 or 9? No, 9 drop in Hearthstone. Love that card.
Yeah, it's rough.
All right, Stukov is the ban early here for Roll1 Esports. This was a map picked by Skyarch. Actually, let me go through what happened during the coin toss. So this evening, we had Team Skyarch winning the coin toss, opting to ban out Dragonshire. Then Roll1 Esports banned away Sky Temple. Here we are on the first map picked by Skyarch as Brax's Holdout. And to finish off the night, we'll be going to Tomb of the Spider Queen.
Yeah, Tomb of the Spider Queen is a map that I know both of these teams favor and are pretty good at. So it'll be very interesting to see things fall down there. But instantly, we're going to see the Garrosh picked up here. Phoenix, pretty common ban. Stukov, very strong on this map. But Garrosh, always terrifying to have to deal with here on Braxis.
Absolutely, he's just an absolute wall. If you walk next to him, he's gonna flip you back into his team. If you're trying to engage on top of the team, he's gonna throw you away the other direction. And the stuns, his Q it's so underrated at times that it's an area stun, and if you're stacked up, this boy will shred you to bits with his team behind him.
Yeah, and Garrosh on Braxis puts up a pretty interesting conundrum, because Garrosh can just get on the point and force you to either not be able to contest the point or force you to come in close to him where he can throw you and displace you. So you have to be very careful around the Garrosh, specifically on these beacon points. And a very interesting pick, non-meta support coming out here early for Skyarch. It's going to be the Ariel.
Ariel, is this signaling to me that these guys want to play a Cho'Gall here, Jayzon? I know they like doing fun stuff, and now a Tychus pick as well. This is a huge Cho'Gall signal to me.
It's the alarm bells are going off, and Cho'Gall is waiting in the wings, I think, on the back half of this draft. It is still something that we could see be banned out here by Roll1 Esports, though. They do still have that second ban available after these 2 picks. Plus, there are still a lot of counters up on the table. But first of all, we'll have to see what they want to pick here. I imagine that we'll see Roll1 get their support here. Stukov banned out, and with Garrosh, would love to see a Malfurion here.
Yeah, I might also want to see the Greymane, and actually that is what it is. So now they have the Cursed Bullet available in case it's a Cho'Gall. Maybe didn't have to pick the Greymane. You know you have your ban left. You could just ban away the Cho'Gall, because I think they now understand that's what the pick's going to be. That Greymane shows me that they have an idea of what's coming. So yeah, I like it, but maybe this signals that they let Cho'Gall through this ban phase, Jayzon.
Yeah, they could do that still. There's also Malthael that's available as another counter that can also be a decent solo laner for this map. But I like Greymane. It's the best of both worlds. It's still a good follow-up to the Garrosh throw and CC combo with the root from Malfurion, and just in general, good all around in the game in terms of being able to take camps, good solid wave clear, good pressure on these points. So I like the Greymane pickup here. I think that it's not too highly prioritized. It also doesn't show much. If Roll1 is trying to hold something for the end to try to surprise Skyarch a little bit, Greymane's the perfect pick to hold that.
The next ban we see dropping down is Kael Thos by Team Skyarch, which will take away some of the wave clear options here. Surprised that's not a Gul'dan, because I think Gul'dan's a bit better on this map. But it could just leave the Gul'dan for themselves in case the Cho gets banned, and there we see Gaul actually the one-eyed monster is the ban choice.
I really like actually the Kael Thos ban. I think that's a little bit of forward thinking by the side of Skyarch with their support, which Ariel likes to heal in a circle. So you like to have your team stack up a little bit, and that's directly countered by the bombs here from Kael Thos. So I think that's a pretty solid ban out. And in general, you know, good wave clear mage. Gul'dan counters it a little bit, but not quite so heavily as Kael Thos does.
Absolutely. So they do have their 3-4 pick here. I think we both agree Gul'dan would fit into their composition. Actually pairs nicely with an Ariel. The damage she can put out will grant her a lot of hope. So maybe that was their thought all along. We'll see if that is the pick. They also need to find a tank and a solo laner, so those are two spots that we might see here as well. Rag for the solo lane, ETC for the tanking. They leave the Gul'dan through this draft. Is that a mistake, Jayzon?
You know, I don't think so, simply due to the fact that they got the Ragnaros. You talk about wave clear potential and the ability to defend against an opposing team's Zerg wave. It doesn't get any better than Ragnaros. Not only with the Molten Core and the ability to really defend a single structure, but also with the potential for Lava Wave coming in later into this game for the massive amount of wave clear.
Yeah, the Lava Wave is one of the scariest ultimates. If you're stuck in that lane, you want to make sure you move away as fast as you can, and sometimes if it's played correctly, they run away right into your trap of something like an ETC mosh pit waiting for them to move out of that lane. Slide on top and let's get that damage started. This Tychus can get really scary if he locks in his minigun on some of these targets.
Yeah, Tychus really loves heroes that are forced to stand still for a while he can just pop that minigun off. It is going to be Dahaka and Gul'dan, as you mentioned, a good combo with Malfurion, with that sustained healing constantly coming in. He's able to give himself mana and be able to stay in for long periods of time here on Braxis while they're fighting over these beacon points. And Dahaka also for the global. So Rag versus Dahaka will go back and forth, but the nice thing is that Dahaka has that global to be able to collapse down to the bottom whenever they need extra support down in the format.
Yeah, and on this map, going the tissue regeneration with that new hero stalker at level 4 is going to be very difficult for Ragnaros to keep locks down on. I think Dahaka has a really good kit to counter some of the stuff Ragnaros does, and if he's able to win the globe battle, it's gonna be pretty tough for Ragnaros to stay in once Dahaka starts trying to contest this point, because I think he really can give it to Ragnaros if played correctly.
Yeah, I'd really like to see some sort of melee assassin come out here for Skyarch. You do have Maiev available. They're actually going to go Blaze, so very interesting pickup here. Double frontline tank with the Ragnaros also, which really is going to give Skyarch the ability to be enabled heavily on the Tychus. Gives you a lot of extra wave clear, and this could be Blaze or Ragnaros now in the solo lane.
Yeah, wow. I think it's got to be Blaze. I don't know if there's enough wave clear on the bottom with just Tychus. They need to figure out a way to match what Gul'dan's can be able to do with the wave clear on the bot side, and man, it's gonna be really tough because Ragnaros Tychus is barely as much as Gul'dan can do all by himself.
Well, yeah, I mean, the Blaze does give quite a bit of, I think it gives plenty, personally. The Ariel also gives you a little bit of wave clear. It's not very safe wave clear though. She can't really step in on that very well. So
I guess the question is, where does Blaze go? Does Blaze go top or does Blaze go bottom? I think he's got to go top now.
Yeah, I think it comes down to who is the better matchup against Dahaka. And I would give that over to Blaze slightly. I think both of them are good. I think it just kind of depends on, you know, the comfort of these two heroes. You know, who's more comfortable in the solo lane on the hero, because they really could go either way.
Okay, yeah, I think that's fair. A little bit slow loading in here. I'm not sure if it's me, but it is
somebody's on the potato. I don't know who it is.
Oh man, we need to put those in the food processor and make some sort of whipped potatoes or something, because there is a whole bunch of them here.
Backing off of that gas station internet.
Someone's sitting at Starbucks right now. Braxis Holdout, the map number 1. You are in the right place if you're here to watch Team Skyarch and Roll1 Esports battle here in their week 2 battle, Division B West. Yeah, let's see how this one goes. Both these teams need a win. Roll1 already took one of them tonight, a 2-0 victory, and Skyarch dropped 0-2 earlier this evening, so both teams have their goals set for themselves. Let's take a look at these teams though, Jayzon.
We're about to begin.
On the left-hand side, we have Team Skyarch. M58 Gogan playing Blaze, Touch of Chaos on the Ragnaros. Womack gonna play ETC, Flippy on the Ariel, and the captain, it's Skyarch on the Tychus.
And on the right, we have Roll1 Esports. It is going to be Velvet on the Malfurion. Newborn Matt on the Garrosh. Zad is going to be playing Dahaka. Big Beard on the Gul'dan. And Toffs is going to be playing the Malfurion. Or no, Toffs is going to be playing the Greymane.
Yeah, Mr. Greymane.
Almost had it. I was so close, man.
Looks like they are going to send Blaze to the bottom. We have a pause, so we are going to take a pause ourselves. Back on the webcam screen. How you guys doing there?
God, I didn't take off my hat.
Yeah, so I actually saw this earlier in the game I did. They paused game 1 right away, and we were sitting there waiting for about 5 seconds. They were ready to go. All right, looks like they're ready. Oh, they can't unpause. I don't think they realized that. 3, 2, 1, unpause.
There we go.
All right, back on the gameplay scene. Here you go in the bot lane, and it's Womack getting flipped already by Garage. Roots were thrown, but didn't connect. He's able to slide away. He's safe, but all the damage coming out. There's 5 members down here right now. Zad is going to use his dig up to the top to respond to the Ragnaros, so.
Yeah, that didn't take long. You know, on the side of Roll1 Esports, they wanted that engage, and this time they'll get the ETC. So already, Newborn Matt being just a terror there on the front line. They had the Dahaka with the global, so they wanted to engage early, and they get the first blood off of it maybe a little later than they expected, but still get what they were looking for.
Yeah, they get what they're looking for. The Garage, as mentioned, with that first pick, this dude is so scary, and if he wants to continue doing that, he's gonna have plenty of opportunities in this game to do it. Walking into his face as an ETC or a Blaze, especially Blaze, because he can't power slide through like ETC can, he's gonna get stuck back there. There's a toss and a stun again on ETC. This time the roots are good. Greymane Toffs getting the finish. Make it 2 kills now for Roll1 Esports.
Roll1 Esports rolling with their comp. They've identified what their combo is, and they're executing it to perfection right now. Skyarch moving a little bit too far forward. Gets hit by that groundbreaker, and Newborn Matt popping off here early on this one.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a trend in this game of Garage. Look at where he's sitting. You can't walk anywhere near that beacon, because if you do, he's just going to instantly toss you. And here you look, he's looking for Womack again. Does he find it? He does. The stun is there. They don't have the roots for Malfurion this time, but Greymane, he's going to finish that kill. That's 4 now, all by the hands of this Garage player.
I would love to see what the combo is right now on Tops and that inner beast. It's got to be like a bazillion, but he's just been keeping that damage constantly rolling. And once again, you see the toss, you see the groundbreaker follow up, perfect on the back end. This time, Newborn Matt is the one that gets collapsed on, and Skyarch showing why they picked Tychus into this Garage.
Yeah, a bit of minigun damage that time, locking down a kill for Skyarch. They are actually in control of this bot beacon right now. If Ragnaros can do what he had done in controlling the top once again, then they're going to start getting some channeling time here on these Zergs.
Yeah, and this is a product of that level 4 talent here for Skyarch himself. It is going to be the bigger they are. So it's going to be able to bring Garrosh down to that 35% all the quicker to really be able to try to blow him up. They need the finishing damage still. But this time, it's Blaze that gets tossed over. And once again, you just cannot sleep on that Garrosh. The minute he got back, he was back into the game and affecting things already.
Newborn Matt, so far this has been one of the most impressive Garrosh performances I've seen to this point in the season. He is completely locked in. Disregard his death, but with all the kills he's helped set up, it more than makes up for that one time he died.
Right, yeah, serious trade value. You can't expect everybody to play perfect all the time, but Newborn Matt has been pretty much as close as anyone would expect you to get. But we do have Skyarch back here down in the bot lane, looking to try to affect things once again. But the front wall's gone, and we have the rotation up the top, and that's going to be responded here as Skyarch looks to take this over in the 4v3.
Yeah, the roots there, very good by Malfurion, helping to set up some damage from Gul'dan. And now Big Beard stepping forward, and it was Womack stepping forward as well. He's gonna get hit by the tower. He's now getting drained, gonna barely get away, about 400 health. And he's gotta find a way for Ariel to get some heals on him because he's low, and there's not much way to get hope on Ariel in this game. I don't think Tychus is doing it himself right now. Oh, drain life coming out from Gul'dan, gonna get finished by the Greymane, and ETC is gonna fall as well. A 2-for-0, level 7's online, both the beacons secured, and that's gonna be a 100-0 Zerg wave for Roll1 Esports.
Yeah, Team Skyarch having a hard time being on the same page at the moment. They're rotating a little bit sloppily here, putting Ariel a little bit too forward, trying to get the heals out, not really positioning and collapsing to be able to get the AoE heals that they need. And now the Zerg wave is pushing in. And we are probably going to see the Molten Core being popped here for the defense by Touch of Chaos. Velvet, and a little bit too far, actually going to end up being caught out and blown up. The Newborn Matt trying to kill for the team, throwing the members away, but a nice charge in as we do see Toffs in all kinds of trouble here. Womack looking to try to get in, but it is indeed Newborn Matt that's going to be one caught out. And that's going to be a 2-for-0. A signs of life coming out here from Team Skyarch.
Yeah, unfortunately, that was just a product of Velvet taking an aggressive pathing through the enemy fort and maybe didn't realize that the wall was still there, so had no way to escape and got immediately sought out by Team Skyarch, and they got the kill, which led to some follow-up damage and a kill onto Garrosh. So very heads-up play by Skyarch. But maybe more heads up is right now in the bot lane, Dahaka pushing that wall down and able to work his team up by a full level here, and well on their way to getting level 10s here in Brax's holdout.
Yeah, you really nailed it there. So we do have Flippy actually falling down there, and we're actually going to see Womack probably falling as well. Nice body blocks now from Newborn Matt, doing everything right here that you would hope out of a tank player in terms of positioning. But yeah, you mentioned it, the full 5-man commitment to top means that there wasn't too much damage from that Zerg wave, but they also didn't have anybody soaking, so now a level and a half ahead. We're gonna see Roll1 Esports with these 10s, and now let's see how they take advantage of it.
Looking to take advantage as Newborn Matt walking forward, trying to find Blaze for a flip, will not find it quite yet. They have to get this fort down or else they can start taking damage, and that's exactly what they do. First fort of the game picked up by Roll1 Esports. Level 10s are here, and taking a look, we have the Horrify, the Cursed Bullet, the Warlord's Challenge, Isolation, and Malfurion still holding his level 10 selection, and now they're level 11. A kill picked up on the bottom. That was the Haka on Tychus.
Yeah, so that was a nice play down there, but we also see ETC being taken out here as Toffs gets in there with that Cursed Bullet. They collapse on him once again and get all that damage out, and that's going to be another 11-3 right now on the kill count. Roll1 Esports taking this game by the throat.
taking the game by the throat, especially Greymane recently. He's really starting to get into his own here with his damage. Taking a look at his kills, he's got 3 already. No deaths for him. Pair that with 7 assists, and Toffs is having a hell of a game to this point.
Yeah, we do see about a half level now until the level 10s are going to be online for Team Skyarch, and that's really a bummer timer as well, as the beacons are now up in 5 seconds. No way that Skyarch is going to be able to contest this for at least a good portion of this beacon progress being capped here. And right now, Roll1 Esports is kind of rolling around the map, doing whatever they want, as long as they have these tanks.
Stealing camps, flipping Ragnaros. There's a Twilight Dream and a taunt. Gonna finish Rag off. Womack the next in trouble. He's got poison applied. He's gonna fall. That's a 2 for nothing and control of both of the beacons currently. And they're gonna have opportunity to siege down this bottom fort. And when the Zerg spawn, it's gonna be working down on this keep in the bot lane. Greymane stepping back to clear out the rest of those minions there. But Jayzon, get ready, because this is where the damage is going to start for Roll1 Esports.
Yeah, level 10s are now online for Skyarch. They do have the Multi-Core available, and they're also going to have to go the flip on the flip B, and that is going to be the Crystal Aegis comes out, but that's not going to be enough to save her. Ario is going to end up going down, slide out as the Fortify falls as well, not too isolated. Here comes the Lava Wave. Looking to take out most of this Zerg wave and try to deter the members of Roll1 Esports, but they are pushing in onto this keep. And look at the positioning here for Newborn Matt, trying to stop Touch of Chaos from North Korea, but not quite able to get back far enough. Nice zoning from both Womack and Mate Goku.
The tongue from Dahaka locking down that kill on Tychus. They live through the Molten Core. There's ETC playing aggressive though. He's low, he's gonna fall. But all these members from Roll1 are about to die too. They're wanting to get these kills, but I don't think they can find them. Big Beard's so far back now, and everyone on the side of Roll1 is able to escape that, but so close for Skyarch to pick up some of those kills and didn't quite get it.
Very, very close to just getting a full team wipe there, really. You know, you talk about the 3-level lead right now, 12% extra health for the side of Roll1 Esports, and that was it. That was the difference maker in that team fight.
Yeah, now checking boss is the Ragnaros player, sees that no one's on it, and they're gonna spread out, look for more XP. They're still back 2 levels from getting their level 13 talents, which they desperately need before this beacon phase spawns, because as we saw the last time they were down that talent tier, they couldn't walk anywhere close to the beacons, let alone anywhere close to this Garrosh, who's just been demolishing heroes the entire game. We'll see what they can pull out, but I think they have to make a desperation play sooner than later, Jayzon.
Yeah, eventually you just gotta 5-stack and try and go for something. Womack, though, steps up and is gonna get completely obliterated here. So while I do respect the them looking for something, blazing top, you can't really you know, let yourself get caught out like that in a situation like this. But it's a really tough spot to be in, especially here on Brax's holdout, where you can't really step out from your keep structures, and you cannot contest any of the camps. You can't contest the map objective when these beacons are up. It's just really hard to play from behind on this map especially.
Here's a flanking position from Garrosh. He's moving in on this 3-stack. Is he gonna find someone? It's Ragnaros. There's the stun. The roots are there with the cursed bullet, and Ragnaros is dead in the matter of seconds. The burst that just came out from Roll1 was tremendous. Next who's in trouble is this Womack on ETC. He's not gonna get quite finished off. The Crystal Aegis was great there by Ariel to keep him alive. But here is a push with a bruiser camp and a siege camp on the bot keep there, and it's gonna rip it down to about half health before they can clear this out. They had to burn in Odin as well. Beacons are spawned, and both will be captured by Roll1 Esports.
Yeah, I love this call from Roll1. As soon as that Odin had popped, they decided to nope the heck out of there. Let that cooldown be essentially wasted on nothing but wave clear. cap both of these beacon points, and then they can look to re-engage here in bottom, and Odin is not going to be available for Skyarch.
All right, there actually is going to be a great mosh pit. They're about to kill Garrosh. Will he fall? No, there's some great stuns coming out, and a turnaround kill on Blaze. No one falling for Roll1, and 2 now down for Team Skyarch. What will they be able to do here except run for their lives? Another flip by Garrosh. Bye-bye, Ragnaros, and see you later, Tychus. Make it a mega kill. All 5 members from Team Skyarch have fallen. Both beacons are recaptured by Roll1, and they're moving on to this boss, Jayzon.
Famous last words, Murda. They almost have Garrosh dead. You almost always have Garrosh dead, but you don't really almost have Garrosh dead. All that armor, able to really survive through here. Now a 4-level lead. The boss, which is going to be walking, I believe, into this top lane. Yes, indeed, along with the Zerg wave. And I don't know, if you're Roll1 Esports, I don't know how you could ask for anything better than this.
Not much better. Boss and Zerg stacked up. Ragnaros throwing out a lava wave. Does Garrosh see it? Yeah, he's able to scoot away. But the Odin is also available once again, which is surprising to me. Must have just come off cooldown. They got to get Ragnaros in this molten core sooner than later. They're waiting until everything's pushed up here to get started. Touch of Chaos making his way back now. Let's see if he starts channeling that molten core. Womack taking a lot of damage. Oh, he's got to pop it. Here's the big Q swing. Only going to connect onto Dahaka. Gets thrown back by Garrosh to safety. And there's a tongue. Dahaka moving forward finds Womack. Roots do not connect. Boss, though, rips Ragnaros out of that molten core very quickly. They're going to be able to possibly save this keep unless if the toss from Garrosh lands on Ragnaros, and that was a kill. Make it 2. Once again, 25-3 is the count. This keep is going to fall. There it goes. Bunkers played. Ariel's still sitting inside. She's got to move because there it is, a fear, and make it enough. Oh, Age is saving her for the second, but not nearly enough. She's gonna fall too. A tongue by Dahaka locking in Tychus. They do not want to stop this push, but I don't think Skyarch is gonna let him go that easily. 17-13 is the level count. 26-3 is the kill count. This one is all Roll1.
Yeah, you said it. All Roll1 so far. Newborn Matt. I will say a couple of things. I do think that could have been the end of the game very easily. Skyarch did play the defense pretty well. You know, huge shout out to Womack for being able to stall the front line of Roll1 Esports to allow Touch of Chaos to get that molten core off, which was one of the only saving graces of that push. But still, down 4 levels here. They're going to have to do something. They look to try to engage on Sad, but Newborn Matt into the fraying. Zad over the wall to safety, but probably to his own detriment. They've got him low, but the Warlord's challenge comes out, and now the engage off the back end. We're going to see the bunker go down as they're trying to sustain through this. Womack sliding to the back end, but Ariel ends up going down, and now the chase is on here, Murda.
Famous last words once again. Almost killed Garrosh for the second time in this game, and it's gonna end up probably being Blaze as well falling here. Yeah, there he is. The kill is secured. So oh man, it's so tough fighting into Garrosh, because when you think you have him killed, that's when he has the most armor in his kit, and it's just so deceptive at times.
Right, well, and they have that bigger they are talent at level 4 here for Tychus. So they're doing a very good job of knocking him down to that 33% health. But it's that finishing damage. Who's got the finishing blow to be able to take him out? We're going to see a huge molten swing hitting all 5 members of Roll1 Esports as they look for the counter engage. The Toffs and the camp taking him out of that molten core. ETC is going to end up falling. Skyarch is going to end up coming out of that Odin, looking to get that damage on Sad, but gets a tongue in return. We'll see the Crystal Aegis coming down to try and save him here. But Blaze is going to pop the bunker just to give them a little bit of breathing room. But the keep goes down, and it looks like Roll1 Esports is going to be satisfied with that. Skyarch, though, not quite wanting to let these guys retreat yet.
Yeah, man, I'm pretty satisfied if I'm Roll1 getting that keep in that fight right there, because it started looking scary for a minute. I know they picked off ETC early in it, but a lot of their members started getting pretty low. Mouth not the strongest of burst healers when that happens, but he was able to sustain through long enough. They now have control of both these beacons yet again here in this game. They've gotten every single channel point and none have gone over to Skyarch yet. So a desperation play is going to start having to come out from Team Skyarch here. They're working on the top, and I would not be surprised if they start looking for a very aggressive engagement here towards the bottom side.
Yeah, they can't afford to let this dozy doe go on for too long, though, over on the side of Skyarch. No keeps means that there are catapults in both lanes, and there it is. The shields are starting to take damage from 2 katas, and there's a third one marching into the top, so eventually somebody's going to have to go back. It is going to be Touch of Chaos. Actually, they're all kind of hitting the B button right now, so Womack's going to end up staying up here. But for now, Skyarch's going to back up, maybe try and get themselves 16, but it's not going to be long before we see this Zerg wave coming out for Roll1 Esports, which would pretty much signal GG.
Yeah, Zad locking down ETC. There's the isolation, and Womack is so stuck. That's another kill. 31 kills for Roll1 Esports on Braxis holdout of all maps. A tongue connecting onto Tychus. The cursed bullet was used. I think that was a Horrify too, wasn't it? Or maybe it was the T-Dream. A little overkill there on Tychus, and it's about time to make this core push happen. Here they go, Roll1 moving forward right into a lava wave though. Greymane on this core. It's gonna start getting shredded quickly. 60%, 50%, dropping to 40, now 30, 20%, and ladies and gentlemen, your winners of game number 1 will be Roll1 Esports.
Yeah, Roll1 coming off a big series earlier in the night, going to they're going to continue the trend into their 3rd game of the evening of just keeping those wins rolling, and they're playing extremely well as a team, which we saw in that last series. Their coordination is really on point, and they seem to be very comfortable in the heroes that they're on in terms of playing the macro and coordinating the damage and the CC with that follow-up.
Yeah, absolutely. 14 deaths on the ETC hero, was only able to collect 2,000 XP. You hate to see it, Jayzon.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a rough game. You know, you think of ETC as one of those heroes that should be able to be okay against the Garrosh toss, because he should have the slide out, but if that Groundbreaker is followed up properly and the damage is there, especially with that root from Malfurion, it can be a little bit tougher than it is on paper for ETC to be able to survive, and it showed in that game. He just wasn't quite able to escape that combo, and he just got blown up time after time.
All right, ladies and gents, we're going to take a short 5-minute break, and we will be back for game number 2 on Tomb of the Spider Queen. So hang with us. We'll see you soon. right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We just witnessed a bloodbath. Game number 1 on Brax's holdout. Roll1 Esports brought it to Team Skyarch. I think it was 33-3 in kills by the end of it. Absolute domination from Roll1 Esports. I would not expect anything less here in game number 2. Looks like the teams are ready, so we're gonna hop right into it, Jayzon.
Yep. I'll tell you what, if that's them rolling a 1, I would hate to see them rolling a 20. But
Yeah.
maybe a Garage ban game 2?
Oh,
Question
dude,
mark?
if this isn't a garage ban, I'm gonna fly over to California and slap Skyarch in the face for not getting it. Yeah, Tomb of the Spider Queen. We saw team. Oh, we have a DC. All right, so nothing happened. They need a little more time to think about the garage ban, maybe.
Right, yeah.
All right, well, we're gonna hang tight. I think that was M58 Gogan who dropped out, so we're gonna wait for him to return. I'm gonna throw us back on the webcam scene here. So yeah, I want to thank everyone for hanging out right now. Quite a crowd out there in Twitch land. 7th Ace, big shout out to you for helping me get the cartography set up tonight. If you guys do not know what cartography is, that is the beautiful ticker you see at the bottom of your screen right now. It's showing all of the recent matches currently in Division B, both the East and the West being displayed. I see Divine 9 up there right now drawing against Knights of the Round. Jayzon.
Yeah, it was a fun first week. We actually had a bye week.
Host connection detected.
Play, so
Routing
this was
hollow
our first
feed
week actually
now.
getting some action in, and we went 1-1-0, so we're pretty happy with that performance. So
Hell yeah,
looking forward
man.
to week 2, where we'll be facing Roll1 Esports. What do you know?
I want to give a huge shout out to my boy Professor Bobo, hosted for 24. Welcome to the stream. If you guys are just joining, this is Team Skyarch up against Roll1 Esports. Has been a pretty exciting bloodbath if you're a Roll1 Esports fan. We are about to head into game number 2. We're waiting for one more to rejoin the lobby that had a disconnect during the draft. So hang tight and stay tuned for this awesome match. And once again, Bobo, thanks for that huge host, my friend.
Keeping it in the NGS family. I gotta love the support from all these different casters, constantly just passing the baton back and forth, and that's how you do it.
Yeah, I know Jayzon and I threw it back and forth last night, showing the love when it's necessary, when we can. But in this match, you guys need to buckle up because Roll1 has been at light speed when it comes to collecting kills. Getting 33 on Braxis is almost unheard of.
Yeah, and even though it's a pretty brawly map, it's usually not a very long map. It can be pretty snowbally. I will say, for the record, I feel like Skyarch played a little bit too much into the comp of Roll1. I think they probably could have played that a little bit more patiently through the mid game when they got behind. But you can't take anything away from that incredible performance from Roll1 overall. I feel like they dominated. They played their comp incredibly well. They coordinated just like crazy. And it's got to come down to those comms. Those guys are playing on the same page right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Roll1, you can see this is a veteran team in NGS. Hey, I want to thank you for that bit donation there, Axon. Thank you so much. They've played together since last year, and I know Velvet and Toffs have been, and Zad especially too. They've been working together for so long, and you can see that they're just locked in and they understand how they want to play together. The garage toss into the Malfurion roots was so perfect on so many different occasions in that last game that this is just a veteran team, Jayzon.
Yeah, and we're kind of seeing that combo that kind of evolved out of the Stitches hook combo. But kind of the nice thing about Garrosh is all he has to do is just get within tossing range of somebody and just be able to hit that combo. Whereas Stitches, hitting that hook is a little bit more hit or miss, but the Garrosh gives you the same kind of displacement and kill potential, but it's a lot more consistent and reliable. You're not going to burn that cooldown unless it actually happens.
So I do want to mention on your screens right now, ladies and gentlemen watching in the Twitch chat, there is a Season 5 Regen Invitational bit goal. I'm trying to fill that bar by the end of the season. So if you want to see that event come back, just throw some bits this way, guys. Right now, if you're a Twitch Prime member, you can get 500 bits for 99 cents, and I promise you that is the best bargain you will ever get. And hopefully Jayzon will have some time to do some casting for us
New
this time.
follower detected.
Hopefully, if I'm not playing in it like I was last time.
Oh, dude, definitely. I gotta cast you guys this season, get you that invite back to the Regen Invitational. All right, ladies and gents, looks like teams are ready. I'm gonna throw an R out here to see if these guys want to play. Looks like Velvet's ready and Skyarch is also ready, launching the draft. Thank you so much for your patience. I know these teams appreciate it. They're excited to have you watch them participate here in Week 2. Tomb of the Spider Queen is the map, and here we go, Jayzon.
Yeah, I gotta give a shout out. Estelle actually pointing out the NGS sign up on the wall. That is the NGS seal that the admin for NGS awarded me for casting in Season 2, along with Bahamut. So I appreciate you pointing it out, but shout out to Ark, who had that built for me and shipped it over here. So yeah, I definitely want to display it here for you guys. But yeah, it's been pretty cool having that being able to look at that thing on a regular basis, because that thing is pretty epic. The wood carving.
I gotta say, Jayzon, I'm pretty jealous, man. That thing is pretty freaking sweet. Really cool. I know.
We'll have to see what Ark has in store this year, because I can think of a couple of casters that might be in store for this season.
Yeah. Oh, I really.
It'd be stupid not to put you in the running.
Oh, well, hey, I appreciate that. But I gotta say, there are so many new casters joining NGS this season.
Yeah.
And they're all doing such an outstanding job. Like my good friend who just hosted me, Professor Bobo, he's an outstanding caster and host of these games. And if you haven't watched this cast yet, please tune in. Jayzon, though, Garrosh is
new follower detected.
How did that take so long for them?
It was like 15 minutes there.
Roll1 was expecting that, so they had Stukov ready to ban out here. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see where they go now without the Garrosh. What else does Roll1 have waiting for us for Tomb?
So I think Skyarch has a fun comp that they're ready to play. After losing that hard in game number 1, I think they're just looking to meme here. To be quite honest with you, I wouldn't be surprised.
Loosen it up, you know?
I wouldn't be surprised if we see their fancy, as always, Abathur Illidan comp on Tomb of the Spider Queen. Just wait for it, guys.
Yeah, it is. You know, it literally memed within their logo. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see that. But you know, you never really know when. Especially when, like you said, it's been kind of a rough matchup. Sometimes you just want to loosen it up and play something that's familiar.
Yeah, so Gul'dan picked away this time. This is the hero we wanted them to grab in game number 1 that they didn't get. And Gul'dan did an amazing job of keeping the waves clear, especially the early game. And having this hero on Tomb of the Spider Queen will hold a similar effect. There's a lot of wave clear you need here, especially in the mid-top rotation. So having that hero will... Oh my gosh, Jayzon.
Yeah.
Leyline Seal APOC coming through here for Roll1 Esports. They're looking to bring it to Team Skyarch again here in game number 2.
Yeah, this is exactly what they played on Tomb in their last series earlier tonight. The Medivh and the Diablo, and surprisingly enough, the Medivh actually went with the Polybomb, and it worked out pretty well for them overall. But yeah, we'll see. The portals with Diablo can be very disruptive on any map to help him engage, but this map especially. And now that Garrosh is off the table, I like the high prioritization on Diablo. Really, Diablo and Garrosh, kind of the two tanks that are above the cut for the rest of the meta. So I like that they recognize that. They play the Garrosh in game 1, it gets taken away. They're gonna pick up the Diablo, and now the options for tanks are not quite there, but They're not going to let the Cho'Gall get banned out this time. This time they are all inning to the Cho'Gall.
Yeah, no hesitation this time. It made it away in the first one. If you missed draft number 1, it was the Ariel picked early and a Tychus, which signaled the Cho'Gall, and they were able to ban it away before it was picked. But this time, wasting no time grabbing it, and Roll1 will get rid of the Ariel instead this time, so they have to find a different healer to combo with Cho'Gall.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. You know, Medivh is going to give them a lot of extra sustain against the constant poke damage from Gall. They're going to need some kind of sustained healer, but they could probably go with the Malfurion. We saw that work for them very well last game, so no reason I don't see them picking that up again here to try and counter that that constant Gall poke that's coming out. The Greymane gets banned, but there's still a lot of percentage damage available for Roll1 Esports. We'll have to see if they want to go into a Tychus here, possibly looking at maybe the Malthael, or maybe just trying to counter it out in other ways. Nubarak seems a little bit odd with the Diablo, but we do see web wrap sometimes to try to counter the Cho'Gall.
Yeah, the web wrapping option, there's a Malthael option, there is a Tychus option, there is a Leoric option. There's a few different ways to do some percentage damage here. Even a Karazim, I think, might be pretty fun if you
New
are...
follower detected.
Thank you for that follow accent as well. But I think there's a few options you can go here to get that percentage damage on Cho'Gall, but which one is the correct play for them?
You know, it really comes down to comfort. They are going to go to the Malthael and the Karazim. You called it out perfect. 7-sided strike, all that damage from Malthael's trait for the percentage. They're looking to melt the Cho'Gall, and I like this. They also have the Diablo. The Diablo charge will give some percentage damage once that quest is completed, so that could be a pretty big factor as well. And I don't know. You know, I think this is Skyarch saying we want to play our game. We're not going to play into your game this time around. If you guys can beat our game, then great. But if we're going to go down, we might as go down, you know, having fun and doing what we know.
Yeah. So I think this is going to be a Morales. I had wind that it could be a stim droned Murky was a play they were thinking about doing. I don't know. I think these guys want to have fun. I think something even crazier is about to come out. Morales is the play. Is this Murky? Is it Murky? Okay, it's a new Brack.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, so that's going to be a bit of a denial pick. I don't know that Roll1 would have wanted the Anubarak. I think they have plenty already to be able to counter it. That Cho'Gall. And then they're going to the Phoenix. So somehow Phoenix making it all the way to the end. But going to be a lot of extra damage on that. The Savo is decent, but we could end up seeing this time the Leyline paired with the APOC and the Planet Cracker put on top of that. Could be an interesting combo to try and take down Cho'Gall.
Oh my god, Planet Cracker, please, baby. Please! I want to see some planets get cracked. I was actually talking earlier. I was actually talking earlier with Random Task, who is my co-host earlier this evening, and he brought mention that Planet Cracker is very under appreciated for how much single target damage it can do. Like, it's really good, and if you have the lockdown with something like an APOC, like, you might as well take the damage you can get, because it is a ton of damage.
Yeah, and the fact that it's global is really the big thing. Phoenix does not have to be anywhere near the team fight when you initiate to be able to get value out of the Planet Cracker. That's its true value that people, I think, underestimate. But it's not. It's definitely not what I would consider meta. But you know, I mean, if anybody's been watching WTF videos of any kind, we've seen a lot of Planet Cracker kills, a lot of hilarity coming from those, and we'll see. Maybe it'll make an appearance here in NGS.
So once again, we have these potato computers loading into the Nexus. Tomb of the Spider Queen is the map, and ladies and gentlemen, we are all aboard. On the left-hand side, we have Team Skyarch playing a Nubarak as Womack. On the Cho'Gall is which is now Tugal because we have a DC. Skyarch is playing Gul'dan, and Flippy is going to be playing the Medic.
And on the right, we're going to have Roll1 Esports. We're going to have Toffs on the Phoenix. Zad is going to be playing the Malthael. Velvet on Karazim. Newborn Matt is going to be on the Diablo. And we are going to have Big Beard on the Medivh. Just trust me, it's Big Beard. I know it doesn't say it, but...
All right, looks like M58 Gogan has rejoined the game, so Gall will not be an AI. He's gonna dance in mid. They're having a good time. You can see Skyarch, this is a team that likes to have fun. They're loving their time here in NGS, but talking with the captain, they say, hey, some of these teams are pretty good. We were just here to like have some good fun games. So we'll see if this sort of composition with the Cho'Gall works out for them. But in the end of the day, I think these teams are just gonna have a good time either way.
Yeah, I mean, you know, up in the B division, you're right around the middle of the NGS action, and there are some teams that, you know, do take it, I wouldn't necessarily say seriously, but they do play their best games. They try to win as much as possible and play competitively, and we see that here from Roll1. They play very coordinated. They've been working on their communications and having these comps. And, you know, speaking as a fellow B West captain, I could tell you, you know, it's not all memes down here in B division.
Oh, absolutely. I was a member of Division B last year, and the competition is real. I think even all the way down to Division D, there are teams that come out to play, and they're working so hard to synergize with each other and grow as players that if you're not currently playing competitive Heroes of the Storm and you're sticking to Hero League and Team League, you really need to come and try out NGS, because your game is going to take it to the next level. You're definitely going to elevate your play.
Yeah, and most importantly, you're missing the most fun way to play the game, which is to coordinate. This game is built by Blizzard to be a 5v5 game, not a bunch of solo queue people. You know, they obviously have to appeal to that crowd as well, but this is the funnest way to play the game, is to have, you know, 4 really good friends that you play with regularly. Meanwhile, Zad having a little bit of trouble playing the game at the moment, as he's going to back out from this full 5-man rotation to the bot lane by Skyarch, and they're looking, but right now it's a lot of poking back and forth. Both teams starting to getting about halfway to that gem count, and actually Womack looking to get an early turn in. He'll sneak 11 of those in there, as we do have just a slight level advantage here for Roll1 Esports, but so far pretty competitive from both of these teams. Nobody making any major mistakes here early.
Yeah, I do like seeing mobile offense out of Phoenix. I think this is one of the more fun talents to take, especially when he gets his warp resets later on. It makes him a playmaker, and that's what Phoenix should be. Exactly, that is a playmaker, and we'll see if Toffs, with how good he did on the Greymane earlier in the evening, if he can do the same sort of thing here with this brand new hero, Phoenix. Definitely a fun hero to keep your eyes on if you're a viewer at home.
Yeah, most importantly for Toffs here is that Phoenix is pretty easy to play. He's a pretty simple hero. He also has a pretty easy out if he does ever get caught out of position with that teleport. So it's kind of a nice thing to be able to swap to him, especially after playing a high performance hero like Greymane, where it's very position based. But we do see Womack getting caught out. Gonna have to burn the burrow charge to get out here, and Flippy gonna be able to bring him back up. Morales having quite a bit of solo target healing, which makes her a pretty decent counter actually to a lot of the damage over on the side of Roll1 Esports for this game.
So Jayzon, maybe I'm right on this. Do you think Womack took a Nubarak so he has an unstoppable burrow away from dying? 14 deaths in game 1. He says, I don't want to die anymore, guys. Give me a burrow.
I think that might have been the thought process in that, but also it's just in general, you know, a little bit more tanky than ETC, a little more survivability. But Womack gonna be poked down very low, gonna have to back out, and now Flippy also not really having any energy, as the damage starting to ramp up a little bit here for Roll1 Esports.
Ramping up, and they are on their way to level 7, about 3/4 of the way through level 6. And once these 7s come online, look for them to play aggressive around these turn-in points while they have that talent advantage. Here are the 7s, and let's see if the turn-in start. Up top, it's Diablo turning in 7, and on the bot side, we saw the rest get in 2. That's all they needed. Red Webweavers dropping down at the Tomb of the Spider Queen. Great charge off the Skyarch. Gul'dan in trouble. Can the damage follow-up come? No. No, because Medic is there to keep Gul'dan alive for now.
Yeah, Big Beard working on those stacks. 29, 5 minutes into the game, which is pretty solid, especially when you think about, oh, and we actually see Cho'Gall getting flipped out here. We're gonna see Toffs able to get in there, and actually, final kill does go over to Big Beard. But now 31 stacks on there when you consider that previously that talent was at level 7. Now at level 1, you end up level 8 with 31. That's good exchange for Medivh. That's really his big power level now. He's a real hero, starting right from level 1 with that scaling, rather than having to wait to 7 to really get his power level up.
Yeah, absolutely, and we're seeing how good Big Beard is on this hero so far. If I take a look over at the kill counts, he's gotten both of them so far. Obviously that Cho'Gall, but the damage, the hero damage, he's doing a pretty good amount for not even being like, as you said, like a full hero until he gets like that level 7 talent that really helps when he has his Mystic Assault right now.
Yeah, interesting pick. We've seen a lot of people going into that Arcane Explosion build at 7. It did get nerfed a little bit, so we'll have to see if more and more teams start taking this Mystic Assault to be able to get that extra basic attack damage. But we'll have to see. Overall, we just see the flip in here onto Flippy, and it's going to get a nice amount of damage out as the Sabo comes out. Level 10's now in here for Roll1 Esports, and they're a little bit in on this fort, or maybe they don't want to be, but they're going to be able to get out pretty easily here. And we do see the blue web weavers coming out though on the other side. Cho'Gall goes to the top and is able to cap that, but for now it looks like we might actually have a DC here.
Yeah, it looks like Gall DC'd again. They're not too worried about it. They're gonna keep playing a huge 7-sided strike and a finish off the Gul'dan player. Skyarch, the captain, falling right as his web weavers are spawning, which is not what they want because they need to catch up in levels. They're down 8 to 10. They need to get those heroics online to have any chance in this game. Cho'Gall does scale into the later part of the game, but if they can't get him heroics, it's just going to be so difficult to make anything happen.
Yeah, they get the web weavers here, which will give them a little bit of relief onto the pressure onto these lanes. It'll get them a little bit of XP, but at the end of the day, without 10s, they can't really fully take advantage of it. They're not going to get much, if any, in the way of structure damage from this web weaver phase. So it's not quite 50 gems going down the drain, but it's about as close as you get in the mid game here.
Looks like all of the web weavers will be falling, the top being the last one. Womack used his burrow forward, did not secure the stun, and is gonna have to back up. Does have medic there to keep the heals available, and I think the rotation from Roll1 is gonna start moving down this way, and Skyarch has an idea of it coming, so they will be backing up to their fort. But this fort is not healthy, Jayzon, and if they stay too close, especially with Medivh able to scout it out, they need to be careful. Right now it's Malthael face checking a bush right into a noob rack. The damage is coming out on Womack. Will he be able to survive? Last Right's coming down, shielding enough to keep him there. The Cho'Gall in this choke point can do a lot of damage. There's a ley line to reset the fight. APOC coming a little bit late, but actually will stun out 2 members. They do not have any sort of follow-up available because they're so far away. The portal will be used to disengage them, and a couple heroics burnt there for not much damage, Jayzon.
Yeah, that's a net win overall for Skyarch. They do manage to bait out those heroics. Level 10 still not online, but they don't lose anybody in that exchange. So now they have the opportunity to try to reset. Womack gonna have to burrow charge out as to the 3-man rotation down here in bot. But by the time these level 10s come in, we are gonna have Roll1 well on the way to level 13. They have enough return in. They're looking to try and score it here. Cho'Gall doing what he can to stall it out. Can be pretty annoying with all that ranged poke, but Toffs is eventually going to turn in these, and now they're just 2 away.
2 away, and looks like they're going to move to the bot side with Malthael to click these in. Will anyone scout it out? I don't think they will. Red web weavers will be falling for the 2nd time in this game.
Yeah, level 10 has been picked up here, so by the way, no meme beam shenanigans in this game, unfortunately. But we just see pretty standard heroics across the board. It is definitely going to end up being that stim drone, so it'll be interesting to see stim drone Cho'Gall I guess.
I guess so. We'll see how it works out. I wouldn't consider it one of the best targets for a stim drone, but
maybe a noob rack, you know, get that extra basic attack stuff.
Yeah, go ahead, Noob. Have fun. Web Weavers are here waiting in the flank as Malthiel. We'll see if Zad wants to come down. So far, doesn't see a target that is last rights worthy, but here is one possibly. Last rights coming out. Skyarch falling low. Purification salvo will definitely finish it, but he's wrapped. The wrap is good from Womack to keep the Purification salvo at bay, and that is a huge engagement by Cho'Gall. Pulling back 2 members. Velvet is in deep, but uses a dash to get away. Fight reset by Medivh with that leyline seal, and here we go. Top keep is being assaulted. The wall already damaged, and only one of those towers remain. Roll1 Esports with a 13-11 advantage are looking to put pressure on this keep here.
Yeah, that was a fight-saving web wrap there from Womack, and it does look like he might be looking for the flank here. Is going to end up moving away, but by keeping them in mid and contesting that mid lane for Roll1 Esports, they get massive value in the other 2 lanes, keeping many members, all 5 members busy, and now they have that 3-level lead. They've got that talent tier advantage once again, and they are applying the pressure just as they did in game number 1.
And this pressure currently is being applied onto this bruiser camp on the side of Team Skyarch. Cho'Gall is here chunking out the members, especially Zad. Standing on the point will not be enough because 7-sided strike was huge. Last right's coming down on Flippy. That's a quick quad kill for Roll1 Esports, and the only one left is Skyarch, but he falls too from the laser of Phoenix. All 5 members down. That's a mega kill. What is the play here? Looks like it's going to be the mid wall. They want to get structural damage during this advantage, and they have knights here that they just captured from Team Skyarch, so this is likely going to be the wall and possibly a keep. We'll see how aggressive they want to play this, Jayzon.
Yeah, all the members are back up. Skyarch going down with the captain going down with the ship at the end there, but eventually you had to see Skyarch come up and contest Roll1 Esports, even down that talent tier, level 13. Not the most influential talent tier in the game. In fact, I would say probably the least of all the talent tiers. So I do like the call, but the execution just not quite there. The comp built to counter the Cho'Gall, who got onto the point. They took him out first, and the team fell shortly after. So now an even bigger lead for Roll1. They're going to rotate around, paint the map red, and look to get those last few gems that they need for their next tournament.
Looks like Cho'Gall was able to scout out the boss. They know he's not there because he put one of his eyes of Kilrog, I believe it's called, in the boss pit. So they're going to have a little scouting there. Looks like a siege camp was captured on the bot side. Medivh playing aggressive. Going to use a portal away. He's safe as always. Back in Raven form for him. Yep. Gems are not fully captured yet for Roll1 Esports. You're looking for a few more. This might be enough here at mid. I think maybe still... Oh, no, just enough. They have enough now for the turn-in. All the members looking to cash them in. They want to finish this game as quickly as possible.
Yeah, and you might also see the opportunity for a boss play here, but they are just going to be happy getting the Web Weavers. Once again, an opportunity to maybe force Cho'Gall to have to fight them in the boss pit, but at the end of the day, there's no real reason to risk that. They have a big lead. They are completely controlling the map. No reason to give any chance for Roll1 to catch up here.
Here comes the play set up. The Horrify first by Skyarch was not enough, but there's also a web wrap. The damage coming down, but it's a last rights on Morales. No heals available now. Nubrak falls as well. Web Weavers on the floor. Time to get some keeps down. The leyline seal connecting onto Gul'dan, but here's Cho'Gall with a big pull-in, and also, what is this thing called? The Shadow Bolt Volley coming out to push back some of the members from Roll1 Esports. This is definitely a keep, and those other lanes are keeping push. No one is able to help defend that. Skyarch, the next victim of this devastating composition from Roll1 Esports, and the final victim might be this core, Jayzon.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be the core. They have the Web Weaver pushing in here. We're going to see the Purification Sabo coming out. Going to hit all 5 members, or all 4 members still alive, I should say. And we're going to see the core falling here with a full protected coming out. giving them just that extra little bit of sustain. The core is doing some nice damage to try and take the members down here, but Anubarak is going to go down 14 kills to nothing, and Roll1 looking good tonight with the full double domination here in the B West division.
What a great job tonight from Roll1 Esports. And I gotta say, this team looks like they could be a threat to all the teams in Division B West. Jayzon, as a member of Division B West, what are your thoughts on this matchup?
Well, the matchup as a whole is obviously don't give them Garrosh, but you can tell that they're playing well on pretty much whatever they're playing. They've identified what they're strong at, and like you said, I think that they are shaping up to be one of the strongest teams in the division for sure. And they showed the muscle that they have tonight. And this is kind of the point in the season where you start to see these teams emerge. It's not too late for teams to turn it around if they're struggling in week number 2, but I don't see Roll1 Esports going anywhere anytime soon.
I have to agree with you. Taking 2 dominations this evening, Roll1 Esports picks up 6 points in the standings, and that's got to put them pretty close to the top. I'm not exactly sure on the exact standings, but they've got to be up in the top 3 right now.
Yeah, I can actually check that. I think I have it. I have it right here. So Roll1 had 4 points going into tonight, so they'll have 10. Yeah, which put them above subject to change is at the top with 8. So that's definitely going to be a number 1 for Roll1 Esports for the B West.
All right, so let me pull you in a party. I'm going to try to get someone in here for an interview. Throw back on the webcam scene for a second. See if Toffs will respond, because I really want to highlight some of his play. See if I can you drop party so I can use Liz voice? See if he shows up. Mute my mic here.
Yeah, the worry here is that it gets a little bit
yeah, well, at least we
weird
get
with the mics.
Yeah, well, at least we get to keep the webcams up. It'll be fine.
We'll figure it out.
Toffs request to join party. Let me make sure his volume is up. All right.
How's it going?
Toffs, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Awesome. I hear you loud and clear, my friend. Jayzon, do you have ears on Toffs?
I'm not sure.
Try right-clicking him, make sure his volume is not muted.
Yeah, I got it at 50. All right.
All right, cool. So Toffs, what a showing tonight. Not only beating Team Skyarch here, but also winning that match earlier this evening. 6 points in the standings for Roll1 Esports. How do you feel?
We feel good. We felt on it tonight. We were all on the same page. It was a lot of fun, and we enjoyed the guys we were playing against too. We were, they were good dudes.
Yeah,
fun night.
Looked like that second matchup for you guys, they were definitely wanting to have some fun, and you guys, you really put on a show. So game number 1, you guys obviously knew the Cho'Gall was coming. You banned it away. Was there anything specifically that you wanted to play that you kind of had to change around, or was your draft in game 1 what you were looking for? Because it seemed to be like lights out.
Yeah, I mean, we've kind of been going comfort picks a lot this season, and we got a lot of our comfort picks with that draft. We also happen to it feels like every time we play Team League, we're up against a Cho'Gall, and we don't find it that fun. We did find this playing against them this time is.
Yeah, absolutely.
And honestly, did some scouting, so we knew played some Cho'Gall.
Yeah, they definitely like to play some fun comps.
Yeah, they do. Oh, they really do. The other thing that we had seen that we were a little scared of was the Illidan Abathur, I think.
Yeah, I actually said that might be coming out in game number 2 on Tomb. Surprised it didn't.
Yeah.
And they seem just determined to all in that Cho'Gall in game 2, though.
Yeah.
Jayzon, you got any questions here?
Yeah, so you guys, of course, are a returning team from last season. One of the only teams that were in B West with us last season. How you guys feeling starting off this season so far compared to your run last season?
Good. I mean, we had a lot of changes. Like, we had kind of played together even before last season in different iterations, but we had a lot of role changes and things before last season. So I don't think we really meshed until kind of late in the season. We're feeling pretty good this season so far. Kind of shifted our approach and are kind of enjoying the game, playing more to enjoy the game, playing heroes that we like. And
All right, yeah. Other than that, how is it getting to play Phoenix that late in the draft? The final hero selected. Have you seen that before?
it was. I mean, I don't think I've ever gotten a last pick Phoenix. No. I don't feel like I play a great Phoenix.
Oh, it was good enough. The only thing is, I wanted to see some planets get cracked, baby.
I'm so bad at that ult.
All right, so before we let you go, Tops, we want to give you a moment to give some shout outs to your friends watching along in the Twitch chat. Let it rip, man.
All right, I mean, the biggest shout out has to be for Kendo, our biggest fan that's not on the team. And Poe and Mango are often in Twitch chat, and we love my team. Shout outs to both of the other teams. A lot of fun. Guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shout out to you guys.
Hey,
Yeah,
shout out to us. Wow.
Shout out to literally everyone.
All right, everyone included, at everyone on the NGS Discord, and you will get banned for life. but
Found that one out the hard one.
all right, that's going to be it for tonight. This was Roll1 Esports, absolutely dominating Team Skyarch, taking a 2-0 this evening. My co-host this evening was the lovely Jayzon. Thank you so much for joining me and joining for this interview. It was Tops from Roll1 Esports, our MVP of the evening. Congratulations once again, and NGS, we will see you all next time.